Hello, my good traders. How do you calculate pips on gold? Gold is a commodity. And when you are trading gold, how will you be able to calculate the pips and to know what will be your take profit or your stop loss? Already, I have done a video on how to calculate pips on currencies. And most of you have watched that video. And a few of you are asking how you can equally calculate pips on gold as a commodity. So this video is going to explain how you can easily calculate pips on gold. All right. If you haven't watched my video on the currencies, please, you may have to go back and check on this channel, Leading Forex. There's a video on how to calculate pips on currencies. But this particular video is going to be on gold. So let me share my white screen with you, or my whiteboard with you, and then we will use the current price of gold. We will use the current price of gold to do the calculation. Today happens to be the 8th day of June, the year 2024. It is a Saturday. So we are going to use the current price of what? Gold to do the calculation. All right. So as I speak to you today, the current price of gold is 22,000 or 2,291.34. And let me bold it for you to see. This is the current price of gold, 2,291.34. Now, when it comes to gold, there are brokers that will give 3 numbers or 3 digits after the point. And there are some brokers that will give only 2 digits, like you are seeing here, only 2 digits after the point. So whatever you may get, whether it's going to be 3 digits after the point or 2 digits after the point, it's still going to be the same. Is that okay? So the quote is this: 2,291.34. That is the current price of gold. So assuming you are going to take a trade at this price, you are looking at your take profit and also looking at your stop loss. So how will you be able to calculate the pips? Now, to make things very easy and simple, the first digit after the point, this very one, in this case, 3. The 3 you see here is the pip as in ones. That is the pip as in ones. Those of you who have already watched my video on how to calculate currencies in terms of the pips, you know a pip as in ones. So in this case, gold, the pip as in ones is this very first digit. The last digit here is called pipette, a pipette. And like I said earlier in the currency video, the pipette is like a watch, the seconds on a watch, if I'll put it right. The seconds on a watch, that is the pipette. So the first pip you can ever get is the first digit after the point. You know, with the watch, the seconds have to go 60 before the minute will change and become 1. But when it comes to currencies and commodities, they only go 10. Only 10. So the 4 you are seeing here, which is the pipette here, will have to go 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. When it becomes 10, this 4 will become 0, and then the 3 here will become 4. The same way, if it is reducing in price, it have to reduce from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1. When it becomes 0, then this 3 here will also reduce and become 2. Do you get the scenario? Those of you who have done rounding of numbers, I think this should be easy to understand. So the pip, the first pip to look at is this, the pip as in 1. So if you are calling this number, it's going to be 3 as a single number, 3. Now the point is here. After the point, the one that you see here is a pip as in what? Tens. So when you add the 1 and the 3 here to become 13. And then the 9 you see here is a pip as in what? Hundreds. So that would be 900 and what? 913 if you are calling this number. That would be 913. So this 9 here is a pip as in hundreds. And then the 2 here is a pip as in what? Thousands. And then the 2 here is a pip as in 10,000s. Is that okay? So with this same scenario, let's assume you are going to buy gold or you want to sell gold and you are looking for a take profit of maybe 50 pips. 50. The 50 here is a pip as in what? Tens. Because it's 2 digits. Tens. That would be 50. So this is a pip as in ones. This is a pip as in tens. So where will you place the 50? The 5 will come under the 1 here. And then the 0 will come under the 3 over here. For now, ignore the point and do your calculation. If you are buying, you will add. So the 4 will come, which is the pipette, will still stand, although we don't mention it, but it still counts. And then the 3 plus 0 will give you 3. And then now the point will come. And then 5 plus 1 will give you what? 6. And since there are no figures here, you add the rest. So the 9 will come, the 2 will come, and then the 2 will also come. So this will become your TP of 50 pips if you are buying. This will become your TP of 50 pips. That's 2296.34. So any figure you want, if you are calculating for 100 pips, if you are looking for 100 pips, that's a pip as in what? Sorry, 100 is 2 zeros and not 3, right? So 100 will be 2 zeros. So 100, if you are calculating for 100 pips, then it means a pip as in 100 will be this, starting from 913. That will be a pip as in hundreds. So the 100 will come below 9, 0, and then 0. So in such a calculation, 4 plus 0, there's nothing here. So 4 will still come. The 3 plus 0 will give you 3. The 1 plus 0 will give you 1. And then 1 plus 9 will give you 10. So 10 will give you 0. We are running the numbers. Then it's left with 1. You add the 1 to this 2, making 3. And then 2. So a take profit of 100 pips will be 2301.34. That will be a take profit of 100 pips. If you are calculating for 1,000 pips, the same. So you just have to look at where the pip is. A pip as in ones, a pip as in tens, a pip as in hundreds, a pip as in thousands, then you do it. So this is how you can calculate gold in terms of pips. But there is a simple way I do it, and let me show you. Since I know that this is a pip as in ones and this is a pip as in tens, it means this one here, when it moves and becomes 2, it means that's 10 pips. When it moves and becomes 3, it means that is 30 pips. When this one here moves and becomes 4, that means that's 40 pips. Because already now it is 1. When it moves, because the 3 here stands, when the 1 moves and becomes 2, it means that will be 10 pips. So if I'm looking for 50 pips, I'll just have to add 50 to this one. Or I'll add a 5. I'll ignore the 0. I'll just add a 5 to this one. And I'll get 6. So this number will become 6. And then the rest will come. So that will be 60 pips. So that will be 2296.34. And that is 50 pips. So this will become my TP of 50 pips. TP of 50 pips. If I'm looking for a TP of 100 pips, I know this is a pip as in hundreds. The pip as in 100 begins with the number 9, right? So I'll just add 100. I'll add a 1 to this 9. The rest are 0, 0. I'll just add a 1 to this 9, and then the 9 will become 10. So here will become 0. here will become 3. I'll come and add a 1 to the 2, making 3, 2, and then 6.34. Or is it 1? I think it's 1, not 6. 1. So that will become 2301.34, a pip of 100 pips. If I'm looking for 80 pips, okay, if I'm looking for 80 pips, what do you think I should do? Assuming I'm looking for 80 pips. If I'm looking for 80 pips, I'll just add the 8 to this number here. And this will become 9. So here will become 9.34. And then the 9 will come, 922. So that will be 2299.34. That's a pip of 80 pips. This is the price, or a TP of 50 pips. So this is the price I'm going to put in as my TP. If I'm looking for 120 pips from gold, 120, I'll just add the 12 to these two numbers here. And then I'll get my TP straight up. The 0 doesn't count, so I'll just add the 12. So if I add the 12, I'm going to get 2 or 3. 3, 0. Because 1 plus 9 will be what? 0, which is 10, 0. I'll add it 1 here to 3, 2. And then 34.34. And that will give me a pip of 120 pips. This is the price for a pips or 120 pips. So that is how easy I calculate. Maybe if this is difficult, then just add your 120 and do your calculation. Just add your 120 and do your calculation. Now, that is if you are buying. But if you are selling, you will subtract. If you are selling, you will subtract, because if the price is moving down, it means this price will be reducing. When the price is reducing, it will be selling. When it is increasing, it will be adding. Do you get it? So when it is reducing, it means you will be selling. When it is adding, it means you'll be buying. So we have done the buy. What if it is a sell trade on gold? If it's a sell trade, you subtract to get your TP. Your take profit, you subtract to get your TP. So in this case, you subtract 120 and you are going to get what? Let's do that and see. Let's subtract 120 and see what we'll get. Okay, 120 subtraction. So what are we going to get? We are going to get 4 here. 0 minus 3 will still the point. You can bring it later. 2 minus 1 is not possible. So you come and borrow 1 from the 9 here, add it to the 1, making 11. 11, when you take out 2, it will be left with 9. So here will be left with 9. Here is no more 9. Here is now 8. So if you take out 1 from the 8, it will be left with what? 7. And then the remaining numbers will come because there's nothing under them. So the 2 will come. So 2279.34. That is 120 pips. That is the price of 120 pips. So if you are subtracting, it means you are selling to get your take profit. If you are buying, you add to get your take profit. If you are selling, you subtract to get your take profit. But let's look at stop loss. Stop loss. Stop loss means that if you are selling, it means when the price begins to go up, it is going against you. That is if you are selling. If you are selling and price begins to go up, it means it's going against you. So if you want to set your stop loss, you just add the number of stop loss you are looking for. If it is 100 pips, if it is 200 pips, if it's 300 pips, whatever pips you want to set as your stop loss, you just put it here. And since when it is going up, it is going against you because you are in a sell, then if this is a sell, okay, if this is a sell trade on gold and you are setting a stop loss, you will add to get your stop loss figure. So if you are selling, you will subtract to get your take profit, and then you will add to get your stop loss. So whatever figure you are looking for as a stop loss, if it is 100 pips, you will add the 100 to the price and you get your stop loss. Okay, you will add the 100 to your price to get a stop loss. If you are selling and you want your take profit, you subtract maybe the 100 from the price to get your take profit. Do you get it? So that is a sell. If it is a buy, you are going to be, if it is a buy, let me put the buy here. If it is a buy, you are going to subtract to get your stop loss. Because if you are buying, you are anticipating that price will be going up. So when price begins to reduce, it means it's going against you. So if you want to set your stop loss, you have to subtract to get your stop loss. So whatever figure you want to use as a stop loss, if it is 80, if it is 100, you will just subtract that figure from the price, the entry price. I mean, the price at which you entered the market. You subtract that from the entry price, and then you get your stop loss. If you are buying, you subtract to get stop loss. If you are buying, you add to get take profit. Does this make sense? This is how you can easily calculate your gold take profit or stop loss. Now, let me say something very important before I end this video. It's very, very, very important. Now, a few of you have asked me when I did the currency calculation of pips, a few of you asked me that, do you just have to guess the number of pips you want? Do you just have to guess in order to put in that number, or there is a way out for that? The answer is this: you do not just have to guess. In everything you are doing, I remember I did a video recently talking about the 3 most important things you need as a Forex trader, whether you are a pro or you are a beginner or you are intermediate. There are 3 basic things you need. That is a strategy. I told you I'll be doing details of those 3 things. You will need a strategy, you will need risk management, and then you will also need what is called a trading plan. These 3 things. Now, before you take a decision to buy or to sell, the strategy you use to trade the market. And when we say strategy, it simply means what you do in order to take a decision. Your analysis. The analysis that you do in order to take a decision is called your strategy. So when you hear the word strategy, it means the analysis that you do. So the analysis that you do in order to take a decision is called a strategy. So your strategy should be able to tell you where your take profit should be and where your stop loss should be. So if your strategy gives you the levels at which your take profit should be and the levels at which your stop loss should be, then you will be able to guess, or you will be able to decide how many pips you should look for. So your strategy will help you to take a decision on how many pips you should be looking for. So if your strategy says, okay, or maybe let me give an example. Let's assume your strategy is support and resistance, okay? Let me share my whiteboard again to demonstrate this, okay? If your strategy says, or if you are using support and resistance as your strategy, and I think most of you as a basic trader or a beginner or whatsoever, you already know what is maybe support and resistance, right? Okay. If you don't, let me just clear the board. Take your time. I want to take my time to explain things, so you to take your time and watch this. Now, when we say support and resistance, those of you who have watched some of my videos, I have talked about support and resistance already. So if the trend of the market is moving up, I have also talked about trend in some of my videos. So if you don't know what's a trend, it means you may have to take time to watch some of my videos. So if the trend of the market is an uptrend like this, it means the trade is making its way to the upside. So the resistance levels are the top here at where price reversed back to the downside. Those are the resistance levels. That is where the price was resisted from going up. So that is why it is called resistance. So it's like a ceiling where price was rejected and started coming back down. So that is resistance. And when we say support, we are looking at the level where price gathered momentum to go back up. That is what is called support. Support is where price gathered momentum or got the ground to go back up. So if you are looking at support and resistance, look at it as maybe the floor of your room and then the ceiling of your room. The floor of your room is the support. The ceiling is the resistance. If you bounce a ball on the floor, it will go up and hit the ceiling and then drop back again. Is that not it? So the ground on which the ball bounced and went up is called the support. And then the ceiling on which the ball went and hit and started falling back down again is what is called resistance. So if you are looking at support and resistance, you are looking at the floor of your room and then the ceiling of your room. So the ceiling is where the ball will hit, the level the ball will hit and resist from going or from continuing upwards, and then it will start falling. The ground is where the ball will hit and bounce and start going up. The ceiling is where the ball will hit and start dropping down. So that is the same thing as support and resistance. So if your strategy is support and resistance, then let's assume that you think that price will come back to this level, okay? The second resistance from the down. You are thinking that price will come back to this level, and then let's say price comes back to this level, okay? And then you are thinking that from this level, price will bounce and start going up, okay? From this level, you think that price will bounce, that is the floor. Price will bounce and then start going up. If that is what your prediction says, if that is what your analysis says, then it means this support level here is going to be your entry, okay? That is going to be your entry. Is that not it? Forget my writing. It's not nice, but we take it that way. So the support level here will become your entry. That is where you believe that price will bounce and start going up. Now, so once you put your entry here, you are asking yourself, at which level will it be the ceiling? At what level will price hit and then start coming back down? If you think that price will hit maybe the resistance here and then start falling, then between the support, this entry level here, to the resistance level here will be how many pips? Between the floor, which is this support entry, to the ceiling, which is this resistance, will be how many pips? So you see how you guess the pips? So your strategy is actually what is going to help you to know how many pips you are going to be looking for. Because you have done what is called support and resistance. You think that, yes, price will bounce on this support level. So you are placing your entry here. This is at the point at which you are entering into the market to go buy or to go long, because you believe that price will hit this level and start going up. If this becomes your entry and you enter a buy here, then the question is, at what level do you think that price will hit and then maybe start coming back down? If you think it is at this level, which is the resistance at this level, then this becomes your target area. So it means you are targeting from here up to here. Now, it is not necessary that you target from here up to here. Sometimes you can target only maybe from here up to somewhere here. Someone can also target from here up to somewhere here. So maybe yours is from here to here, another person's is from here to here. Although they know that the next stop is going to be the top here, which is this ceiling over here. So maybe you can catch the trade here and decide to end somewhere here. So if you are going to be ending somewhere here, then what is going to be between this entry level to here? What is the number of pips? So that is the number of pips you will add to the entry price to be able to get your take profit price. Does this make sense? If this doesn't make sense, maybe when we come to the strategy aspect, I may explain into detail. So you do not just guess. You don't just guess and say that you are looking for this amount of pips. You have to take a decision based on your analysis, which is your strategy. So your strategy will be able to help you to decide what should be your target level. The same way with the stop loss. If you are going to be looking for stop loss, your strategy should be able to tell you your stop loss level, the area at which maybe the price can drop more to. So that becomes your stop loss. So that's the level you will use to determine how many pips you should set as your stop loss. I am sure I have answered this question rightly. So you do not just guess. You would have to depend on your strategy to be able to know or determine how many pips you are going to look for as your take profit, or how many pips you are going to look for as your stop loss. This cut across. So when it comes to the currency aspect too, is the same thing. Is that okay? When it comes to the currency aspect too, it is the same thing. So today we have talked about how to calculate pips on gold. So make sure you begin to use this and then make a lot of profit by knowing where to set your take profit and also how to set your stop loss. Now, I'll be doing another video to explain Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. How do you set take profit and stop loss for Bitcoin? The next video will talk about that. Until then, take very good care of yourself. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell so that anytime I post a new video, you will surely have to see it, or because I know you love this channel and you must see the videos I post here because it will really be of help to you. Thank you. I'll see you in the next video.